dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. Happy Friday, June 27th. I'm Amelia Lee here at 5:32 with you this morning, and it's time to check on in with meteorologist Megan Dusmall today. And Megan, it is hot. I've said it as we started every weather this entire week. It's hot. It's not fun. Hopefully the weekend looks better.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, there's improvements there. It's going to be slightly cooler this weekend, but this morning is still hot. Here's a look at those temperatures as they're heading out the door. We're looking at those 70s and 60s. This afternoon, the low 90s. Now, this weekend will be a little bit cooler, but we're still looking at that mixture of the upper 80s and low 90s, so not much of a change. The cooling down trend won't appear until we're heading into your next work week. We are also watching some fog this morning, especially for our southern counties. You'll notice that Jonesville is having some very dense fog, so just drive carefully if you are heading out in the morning hours. Satellite and radar is nice and clear. We'll continue to see that trend throughout the next couple hours, but as that sun starts to heat up the ground, we'll have those summertime pop-up storms that'll be approaching into those forecasts in the afternoon and evening hours. Amelia.
One man was seriously injured after a shooting in Laurel County. Deputies with the sheriff's office received a call a little after 2 yesterday morning about the incident on Robert E. Cox Road, and they responded to a report of a gunshot victim. They say they found a 42-year-old man who was shot multiple times. He was taken to St. Joseph's in London before being transferred to UK Hospital. Police have not yet identified a suspect or revealed who that victim was. A man was arrested after he tried to evade police in Laurel County. Deputies say this incident happened early yesterday. It started when they noticed a motorcycle without a license plate on East Laurel Road. They say they tried to initiate a traffic stop on Robert Smith, but failed to yield and kept going in roughly 3 more miles. Police say Smith later laid his motorcycle down and tried to evade them on foot. He was arrested when they found him in a creek bed. In Campbell County, Tennessee, a woman was arrested after police executed a narcotic search. On Wednesday, police went to a home in La Follette. Their search led to a controlled substance as well as drug paraphernalia being seized from the home. 62-year-old Martha Robbins was taken to the Campbell County Detention Center. Kentucky State Police are reminding you to think twice before making your own fireworks. This comes after a trooper in Laurel County spotted a flaming object in the road on Kentucky 490 on Sunday. William Jones admitted it was a homemade firework. A search of his home turned up more explosive materials, and he's now facing a felony wanton endangerment charge.
You know, if you're not a professional, if you're not trained to do so, and especially if you're doing it inside your residence, you never quite know if what you're mixing explodes now or waits for fire. So you risk damaging your property, hurting folks. Like I said, you never know what kind of gas that will release.
Troopers hope this will serve as a reminder that the best way to stay safe this 4th of July is to use legal fireworks and never try to mix your own. A bond hearing was continued for the duo who were indicted in connection with a 10-year-old's death in Whitley County. A child was killed in a moped crash on I-75 back in August. State police say Darius Wade was drinking at the time of that crash. He was indicted for murder. Denisha Martin, the child's mother, was indicted for complicity to commit murder. The bond hearing was postponed to July 31st. Also in Whitley County, a trial date has been set for a South Carolina man accused of trying to kidnap a child. Kentucky State Police say Beth A. tried to get a child to leave a playground with him. Officers later arrested him at the Corbin Walmart. He also has prior charges of attempted murder and kidnapping. That trial, October 21st. Staying cool in the summer is important for children, adults, and first responders. The fire department in Powell County has started fighting fires during this heat without an AC unit. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino has the story.
The Clay City Fire Department has been fighting more than fires this summer. They have been fighting the heat in their own station. Officials at the station say their AC unit has been out for almost a year, a job that naturally comes with heat, but being unable to cool off before the calls come in adds safety concerns.
If we get exhausted, overheated, then it definitely could lead to further health problems. Not only further health problems, it could also lead for us to, if we don't stay cool, then give the best level of care and priority to the next call that we need.
Due to the heat both outside and inside the station, the crew has had to cancel training events. Clay City Fire Major Lisa Johnson decided to ask the community for help, and in no time, the community started reaching out to help the firefighters who risk their lives daily.
We got a lot of responses. I've got 2 or 3 air conditioners we can pick up. When they need something, we're there. When we need something, they're there. I mean, it's like being on the phone saying, hey, Mom, I need this. But as a community, friends reach out.
Johnson says even folks from outside of Clay City are showing their support. An employee from BID FTA made a personal delivery to the station.
But that's what I said, we're a close community. He's from Stanton. We all work together. It just shows people come together, they help. I knew if I got out there and asked somebody to have like a used window, that's all we need, something right now to keep us cool.
Community members stepping up for the local heroes.
We'd like to thank each and every one of everybody who definitely helped with not only AC, but anything we ever needed, and just thank you for being a great community and we're proud that we get to protect and serve every day.
With temperatures high, but community spirits higher. In Powell County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
Officials at the Clay City Fire Department say even in the heat, they're proud to serve their community, especially a community so willing to give back in times of need. Well, officials with Mary Breckenridge ARH and Hayden say the hospital is experiencing outages. A Facebook post says an electrical surge caused the hospital to lose power and air conditioning. The post says the hospital would be transferring 13 patients to other nearby ARH hospitals due to this hot weather. They say repairs were being made and that they expected those to be finished by this afternoon. Well, experts say children in hot cars continues to be a problem throughout the country. Lori Weaver Hawkins with AAA says 37 kids die on average every year in the United States due to being trapped in hot cars. She says since 1990, 27 children have died from heat stroke while in a hot car in Kentucky, from newborns up to 11 years old. Hawkins says parents need to watch out for their kids, especially when it's hot.
Very dangerous. Heat stroke is actually the leading cause of vehicle-related deaths other than crashes for children under the age of 14. So it is a huge issue.
She says make sure your car is locked if your kids are playing outside so they don't accidentally lock themselves inside. And to also make sure your car is stocked with what you need, like water, in case you do get stranded during this heat. Well, despite that heat and humidity, the Wolf County Search and Rescue Team still practiced their skills. 6 team members braved the high temps Wednesday for ropes training at Moore Valley in the Gorge. They assembled multiple anchors and completed rope systems to practice steep angle cliff raises. The regular training enables the team to respond to all varieties of rescue emergencies. Kentucky State Police have been braving that heat too while at the Somerset Walmart. They're selling raffle tickets to raise money for Trooper Island Camp, where hundreds of kids spend a week of fun in the summer. Tickets are just $10, and the winner will get a 2025 Corvette Stingray. Troopers say it's all about giving the kids a positive experience.
The children are the future. We love the kids. It's also nice to have a positive interaction with police. You know, that way, you know, sometimes they don't get that. And it's my favorite and several troopers across the state. It's their favorite time of year, just being able to take those kids, put a smile on their face.
Well, if you've missed them all week, you still have time to stop by today from 9 till 3. They're also selling KSP merch and giving out stickers to kids. Officials with Manchester City Hall say money is being poured into upgrading the city's water treatment facility as well as their river pumps. In a post on Facebook, officials say they were pleased to acknowledge efforts made by Senate President Robert Stivers and State Representative Derek Lewis in allocating $2 million to make those upgrades. Around 14% of people have experienced food insecurity in the U.S. And in Kentucky, it's higher at 16%. That's according to AAA Bluegrass. Now, AAA is partnering with Feeding America to shed light on food issues Americans face, especially in those summer months. AAA says they're now going to donate meals for families in need throughout the country, plus right here in the Commonwealth.
We've been doing food drives at our stores, and we're also having volunteers at food pantries. So trying to build awareness that this is an issue, and it's something that I don't think people think enough about over those summer months and the impact that it can have on kids.
She says children can experience food insecurity during the summer since they're not getting those same meals that their schools provide them. Well, officials say a Letcher County road will be closed soon for CSX railroad repairs. Kentucky 7 at mile point 18.06 near Wood Tipple Drive will be closed starting at 7:30 Sunday morning. Officials say damaged rails will be replaced and the road is expected to remain closed through Tuesday. More than $6 million will improve bridges throughout Kentucky. That funding will go toward improving 13 bridges in the Commonwealth. There's one in our area. It's benefiting from this announcement. The Pulaski County Fiscal Court will get nearly $900,000 to replace a bridge on Old Shopville Road. Well, a new development is coming to Ritter Park in Huntington, West Virginia. The Greater Huntington Park and Recreation Board passed a motion to convert current tennis courts to permanent pickleball courts. That measure authorizes a contract with Vasco Sports Contractors for the project.